Hi students, and welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm streaming to you from beautiful Victoria here in Western Canada. I hope that all of you had a great week and a great 2022, and I hope you're looking forward to a fantastic weekend and an awesome start to 2023. Happy New Year's, everybody. Welcome Joao, Hai Fuang, Chayani. Nice to see our members. Welcome, Sarah, our chat moderator. If somebody has questions, you can ask Sarah in the chat as well as me. Yildiz, Riyadh, Amit. Good to see many of our subscribers. This is a subscribers chat class. That means members, subscribers are able to join the chat. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notifications of live IELTS classes, new video releases, and much, much more. And you can join this chat. Right now we're looking at IELTS Task 2 writing about technology and the elderly. Kind of an interesting topic. This was an actual IELTS exam question months ago. It was a very similar question. And this material is brought to you by aehelp.com for academic IELTS preparation. Visit us there for the general IELTS. Check us out at gieltshelp.com. Task 2 writing, which is the big essay in the writing section. It's 40 minutes of the 1 hour. It's kind of the same for academic and for general IELTS. So this is going to be a very valuable lesson regardless of which module you're taking. Our academic IELTS website looks like this. It's got this blue background and you can click this big red button there to join our premium IELTS package. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access. We're an IDP affiliate, British Council partner, IELTS Test Registration Center. In fact, if you see in our online course this red button, that means you can register for your IELTS exam through our website for your home exam that's available, I think, in 12 different countries. It's not every country, it's available in 12 countries. If you don't see the button, it's probably not available in your country. For the general IELTS, check out gieltshelp.com. Again, it's this big red button here. It's a one-time payment. It's lifetime access. And when you click on that big red button, make sure to use the code LEARN10 for a 10% discount. Okay, price is different in different countries, so check the price in your country. We try to make it so that people can buy it wherever they are, so we decrease the price if the country's GDP is lower. To help you more. Students, apps, yeah, we have them. Academic IELTS Help, get that app from your app store. It's got over 100,000 installs. General IELTS Help, get that from your app store. Link it to your web account. Instagram, IELTS_AE Help and GIELTS Help for reels, vocabulary, idioms, lots of free content there. And if you have questions, send me an email. These are the email addresses where you can contact me. So don't be shy. Just send an email. Tomorrow, we've got 2 more classes for you. We've got speaking part 2 tomorrow. We've got speaking part 3 tomorrow. And right now, we've got task 2 writing. So there we go. Let's get into it. And we just released a video for you to practice your speaking on the YouTube channel, so check that out. We've made some improvements to this video. It should be very fun and useful for everybody. Okay, let's get into IELTS writing task 2. We're going to do this together. We're going to look at what is task 2, how to plan your thinking, your essay, and then how to write a band 9 composition. Okay. All right. So first, let's look at the question. Read it with me. Okay. Read it carefully. Right. Don't rush the task 2 question reading. Read it really carefully. IELTS task 2 writing. You should spend about 40 minutes on this task. Technology has brought many benefits to people. However, some elderly have difficulty using technology. What are the possible benefits of technology for the elderly population, and how can they be encouraged to use it? Give answers and explanations to support your answer. All right, let's change that to opinion. Reads a little bit better. Everybody had a minute to read the question carefully? Good. Write at least 250 words. Keep in mind, students, band 8 to 9 essays are usually, I should actually say band 7 to 9 essays are usually closer to 300 words, 320 words. Okay. I've been dealing with IELTS for a long time. I'm a certified British Council agent. I have friends who are IELTS examiners. Let me tell you, they basically will never give band 7.5 or higher to essays that are just 250 words. Okay? You need a bit more, right? 250 is the minimum for task completion, the minimum, all right? It's not a maximum, it's a minimum. Okay, so first step, everyone, is to paraphrase. So paraphrase the question for clarity, ideas, and vocabulary. That's my first tip. It's not your introduction. Not necessarily, okay? It's to make sure that you understand the question. It's to help you think about useful words for later on in your essay, and to start kind of turning the wheels in your head to think about the topic, okay? All right. I'm going to do this. You do the same. Let's paraphrase this together. We'll compare. We'll check it out. We'll see if we can teach each other some new words. So instead of technology, I'm going to write modern advancements, okay? So here, all I'm doing, students, is I'm taking this part here and I'm paraphrasing it. So I'm using my own words, synonyms, definitions to state this question again, just to really get my brain moving and thinking about this task 2 IELTS question, okay? And if I get stuck, I read. Modern advancements have created many advantages for individuals. Nevertheless, the older populations face challenges using new devices. What are the advantages of technology for older people? And what are ways to motivate them to make use of these advancements? Provide explanations and examples to back up your viewpoint. Okay, so there it is. There's the paraphrase of the question stated a different way. Okay, here's the original in the kind of green or forest green. Technology has brought many benefits to people. However, some elderly have difficulty using technology. What are the possible benefits of technology for the elderly population, and how can they be encouraged to use it? Give answers and explanations to support your opinion. Modern advancements have created many advantages for individuals. Nevertheless, the older populations face challenges using new devices. What are the advantages of technology for older people, and what are ways to motivate them to make use of these advancements? Provide explanations and examples to back up your viewpoint. All right, so I've got a pretty clear idea of the question. Now I can plan for it. Let's see what Raz has. Raz Bastola. All right, Raz. Raz writes, in this modern era, technology has made people's, you need to show possessive, people's, not lives, but lives, comfortable. Okay, I don't think they said comfortable, but sure. Nevertheless, aged people face problem. Older people, not aged people, older. People face problems using modern devices. You only have half of the question here, Raz, so keep going. There needs to be more. You're missing the rest. Okay, you need to make sure you paraphrase the whole question, Raz. Okay, we don't say in this modern era. That's awkward. In the modern era is not awkward. Okay. All right, Fuang, let's see what you have. Okay. Fuang writes, Fuang, humans are countable. Humans have been brought a dozen merits. Humans, no, it's humans doing it. So it's got to be active, Fuang. So humans have brought dozens. You can pluralize dozen as well. Humans have brought dozens of merits from the development of technology. Humans have gained is the better verb. Dozens of merits from the development of technology, but some older citizens have trouble using it. What are the potential advantages of technology for older people, and what are ways to encourage them to access it? Yeah, okay. A little bit of more correction there, Fuang. I saw your second half and I just added it with a bit of correction. All right, Fuang, not bad, not bad. Okay, not bad. Rajveer, nice to see you. I know you like these writing classes, which is good. All right, Rajveer, a longtime member and a fantastic IELTS student. That's why he's got the gold badge. I think you're the only person, Rajveer, with the gold badge. I'm so happy to see it. Rajveer writes, tech has offered numerous advantages for individuals. Nonetheless, senior citizens have faced problems in using technology. What are merits of tech for elderly, and how can they be motivated to use it? Beautiful, beautiful paraphrasing, Rajveer. I always love to see your contributions. Rajveer has really taken his writing to the next level by practicing regularly and understanding the fundamentals of essay writing. So very nice. I love the use of the word senior citizens. See, this is what I mean by learning from each other. Senior citizens is a fantastic way to paraphrase elderly. Okay, senior citizen, very polite. It's a very nice, polite collocation, which means elderly people. Okay, good. Senior citizens. Yeah, learn vocabulary. We sometimes refer to elderly citizens as retirees. Retired to finish your working career or doing a job. Retirees. Okay. All right. Good. So, Now that we have the question paraphrased, the next step is to identify the topic and controlling ideas. So when you're thinking about the topic, what you need to think about is what or who are we going to write about? That's the topic. For humans always, what or who? We're talking about something or someone. Okay? So here the topic is what? What's the topic? Okay. Honey Salam says the topic is elderly and technology. Yeah. Absolutely. Very nice. Elderly and technology. Primarily the elderly. But yes, in the context of technology. Very good. I'm happy to see that more and more people in these live classes are starting to identify the topic, which is really nice to see. A couple of years ago, a lot of people were really having issues with that, and it's just nice to see that it's starting to become a trend that people are understanding what this means. Okay, great. So good. Topic is elderly and technology, and what's the controlling idea? Sometimes we say controlling ideas because there's more than one. But in this case, the controlling idea, there are actually two in this case as well. So technology isn't just gadgets, so careful with that. Yeah, very good, Andrew. So Andrew says the controlling idea is the benefits for the elderly and ways to encourage use by the elderly. Yeah, and Andrew says the topic is technology, and you're right, Andrew. We're talking about technology in the context of the elderly primarily, right? So that's what we're talking about. Okay, good. So then let's ask a bit of what, why, how. So following with Andrew's logic, where Andrew says, well, basically we're talking about technology, and there's a way to test that. So whenever you're thinking about the topic and the controlling idea, always focus on the original question, okay, for the topic and the controlling idea. And IELTS will actually give you a bit of help. This is help that you don't have in university papers or university exams. Notice how here it says technology. Let me make this a little bit like this. So notice how here it says technology has brought many benefits to people. Here we don't have anything about the elderly yet, but we're introduced to the concept of technology. So we know that the focus here is technology. So Andrew, you're absolutely right. If you had to say topic, one word, the one word would be technology. Okay. And then you have the rest of it, which is the controlling idea. Okay. Or I should say the question here primarily is the controlling idea. Okay. There. So now we want to use some critical thinking. Students at home, when you do critical thinking, write it down. During the exam, you do this in your head. Okay, at home you write it down so you train yourself to be able to do it in your head quickly and accurately. All right? So apply critical thinking to both the topic and controlling idea. Okay, now that means asking what, why, how. Okay, so here the topic is technology. And of course, you want to think about it in the context of the elderly. Okay, so when we think about technology in the context of the elderly for the topic, what are we thinking about specifically? So give me some ideas. So for me, for instance, smartphone. Okay. Communication technologies, computer, internet. So hardware and software. Okay. Navigation devices. Mobility devices. Right? Okay. So that's what I'm thinking about. Okay. I'm thinking about an elderly person and I'm targeting the benefits immediately. So I know I'm jumping a little bit forward here to the controlling idea, but that's okay. I want to do that, right? So the IELTS, you only have 40 minutes. You have to think quick, write quick, review quick, and put forward a great essay, right? So you want to be in the context. Technology, it's a big topic. You don't want to think off topic about technology that's useless for an elderly person, okay? All right, so then we want to think about the whys, right? So let me just shift the page here a bit. So the whys, right? So why is this technology beneficial? And again, I'm thinking in the context of the elderly, right? So save time and energy. When we're old, time and energy become exponentially valuable because we move slower, movement may be more painful, and we want to live long, so we don't want to use up our energy and our time on menial tasks, on tasks that are, you know, mundane. They're not exciting. I want to go skydiving when I'm 100 years old. I don't want to be sitting in a bank queue waiting for the bank teller to take my check, right? I want to go out and go water skiing. So why is technology beneficial? It saves time and energy for communication, right? What else? Yeah, Kennel, very good. I was thinking somebody would come up with that. Safety, right? So being able to connect with emergency operators, right? So ambulance in case of a fall, right? Prima says avoid being isolated. Yeah, absolutely. So that's communication, Prema. Yeah. Okay. So save time, energy, communication, safety, stimulation of the body and mind, right? So when we're old, in order to maintain a high quality of life, health, we need to be stimulated. One of the biggest dangers for elderly people is they don't get enough attention, they don't get enough movement, they don't get enough challenges in their thinking, and then the body starts to break down even faster, right? So playing even video games comes to mind, right? So how? How can this be achieved? Now, when you're thinking about the how question, think of specific examples. Okay. Visualize this. So train your brain for the IELTS exam for task 2 to think about big ideas and small ideas and opposites, small ideas to big ideas. So using Facebook Messenger to stay in touch with children and grandchildren with videos and pictures. My parents love using these. It took them a while to learn it, but they love using these and seeing what their grandkids are doing when they're not able to hang out with them. Right? Kennel says Apple Watch to monitor health. Yeah, very nice. That's specific, right? That's what we want. Treadmill to encourage walking even when it's raining. Okay, so all of these would be good ones to think about. Okay. Online shopping, absolutely. Just think about how much easier. I mean, elderly people like to go shopping, G1, because they meet people, they talk to people. So I might not actually bring online shopping into this. I think a lot of elderly people would say that one reason they don't like technology is because they don't interact with people as much. So online shopping and even the online banking, that's kind of one of those funny ones where some elderly people will say, I like going to the bank. I've known John the teller for 10 years and it's just so nice to have a conversation with John when I'm in the bank, right? So those might not be the best, but these are certainly good examples, okay? So now that we've gone through the topic, we're already really identifying the controlling ideas as well. So by doing a good job with the topic, you often also address the points of the controlling ideas. Okay. Now, be careful not to have too many ideas and go off topic. So choose just a couple of the best ideas, okay? For your thesis statement. Okay? The thesis statement should always be decided before you begin your essay. Is everybody clear on that? So the thesis statement, now some people might be like, well, what is the thesis statement, Adrian? So the thesis statement is the last sentence of your introductory paragraph, which clearly tells the reader the topics or the points, I should say, of your essay and the structure. Okay? So that's the thesis statement. You should never start your essay before you know your thesis statement. Your thesis statement has to be clear and direct. So students, write for me a good thesis statement. Okay? So again, to help you come up with your thesis statement, and this time I'm not going to give it to you. Sometimes I give it to you in the classes, but the trick to a really great IELTS essay and a really great essay for college or university or for work is to have a great thesis statement. So look at what you've discovered so far. Okay, original question. Technology has brought many benefits to people. However, some elderly have difficulty using technology. What are the possible benefits of technology for the elderly population? And how can they be encouraged to use it? Okay? Give answers and explanations to support your opinion. Now, here are the thoughts around it. Okay? Technology, what is it? Smartphones, computers, the internet, navigation devices, mobility devices. Why is technology beneficial? Saves time, energy, communication, safety, stimulation of the body and mind. And then how can this be achieved? Well, with software like Facebook Messenger, with hardware like an Apple Watch or a treadmill. So now I should be able to come up with a thesis statement that has good points, okay? Keep in mind the original question. The original question is, what are the advantages of technology for older people and what are ways to motivate them to make use of these advancements? Okay? All right, give me your thesis. I'm going to kind of start the thesis just to get you going on it, and then I'll take a look at yours and we will discuss it. So I'm not going to give you the thesis. So here we go. The clear benefits of technology for senior citizens include all right. Let me see what you've come up with. Okay. Ujwal, again, Ujwal saying, can you please repeat it? An introductory paragraph in your IELTS Task 2 writing must end with a thesis statement. The thesis statement is usually one sentence which clearly tells the reader the main points of your essay and the structure of your essay, as well as the voice of the author. First person, third person, what's the voice of the author? Okay. All right, I'm going to take a few of the thesis statements that I see coming up in the chat, and then I'll go through them. Okay. The thesis statement is where you want to take an extra minute and really think about what you're doing, because it will define your essay. Okay? All right. I can almost feel your brains turning and burning. Yelfrida, let's take that one as well. Okay. So, here we go. Let me just increase the size of these so you can all see what your peers are doing clearly. Okay, so let me take another one by Raquea. I think Raquea, you've have two here. I'm not sure. Okay. All right, we got one by Hanny too. I'm just grabbing some thesis statements here. I really want to give all of you some feedback on what you're doing and what you need to do to improve. This is by Hanny. Hanny, I'm trying to see if I can see the end of yours, but I don't see it. Okay. And read each other's in the chat as well. All right. Okay, so let's start with bilology rocks. Is bilology? I'm not sure what that is. Biology? Bilology? Bilology rocks. Okay, so bilology says or writes, many ways can be introduced to help senior citizens, such as a trainer to help them in learning how to operate. Bilology, is there a beginning to this? Let me see. Are you writing it in multiple chunks? I don't see it. Okay, this is just half of the thesis. And it's unclear. Okay, so you need to keep thinking. Raquia writes, technology has so many benefits. However, some senior citizens feel uncomfortable to use it. This is more of your background, not a thesis. Or paraphrase. Not thesis. Maybe I got the wrong one here, Raquia, but I got the next one here too, Raquia. So maybe this is your thesis. Okay, let's take a look. So Raquia says, the clear benefits of technology for senior citizens are using Apple Watch for health monitor, connection with society. Okay. Do not put specific examples into your thesis. Okay, so Raquea, what this should read like is the clear benefits of technology for senior citizens are health and community. Okay, and they can be motivated to use novel devices through training. Okay, so this would be your thesis corrected, Raquea. Okay, Yolfrida writes, this essay will present some of the advantages of technology for older people and how to motivate them to make use of it. This is what's called an indirect thesis and scores a band 5 level. Points are unclear. We don't know what you're going to write, Yolfrida. Okay? And it's a template. Used by any level of candidate. Okay? So any candidate, a band 3 to a band 9 candidate can write this thesis. It's not worth more than a band 5 because of this reason. So this essay will present some of the advantages of technology for older people and how to motivate them to make use of it. You haven't done anything here yet except repeat the question. So it's a waste of time, Yolfrida. I hope you see that. Okay, Yanni, and that's exactly what an IELTS examiner will think. Every IELTS examiner will think that. Okay, no exceptions. Hani, Salam says, thesis. Advanced technology supports the elderly by helping them with everyday life, by securing health and connecting. Let's use the ing on both here. Okay. Connecting with families. Okay. Or loved ones, right? Friends as well. Okay, Hani, it's a very good start. Let's just fix these small mistakes and you're going towards a very good thesis, okay? So advanced technology supports the elderly by helping, you don't need the them, with everyday health. We don't need the life because everyday health is life. Everyday health and communication. So they should be good, encouraged by teaching them and giving them discounts. Why not? Elderly discount, right? Easy access. So they should be encouraged. Let's do a little bit of trickery here through easy learning and access. There we go. How about that for a thesis? That is lovely. Okay. Now, honey, we have a band 9 level thesis. Okay. Why? Because from this thesis, I know what this essay will be about, and I know the structure of the essay. I know that it's in third person voice. I know that body paragraph 1 will discuss the benefits of health and communication, and I know that body paragraph 2 will discuss the ways to help the elderly use such technology through easy learning and easy access, okay? So this is a band 9 level thesis. The examiner can clearly identify the points in response to the question. It's not just a repeat of the question, and can clearly forecast or predict the structure of the essay. Okay? That's how it works, everybody. So, and again, you know, I know that many of you are like, well, this teacher told me that, and this video said that, and that video said that. Forget that, okay? There are standard rules to writing. It's not me, Adrian, says it, or it's not John or Peter or Frank or whoever says that. It's the rules of literature, okay? If you go to a literature professor in a university, they will tell you the same. There are different types of essays. This is a persuasive essay. It has a certain type of structure. If you're using the third person voice, make sure not to use I or you, and make sure to have a good thesis in your introduction. If you don't know what a good thesis should look like, you need to learn it, okay? If you're looking for band 7, 8, 9. If you have good structure, good skills in essay writing, even if you make some spelling mistakes, you can still get a really good band score. If you have perfect writing, but you have bad essay skills, you cannot get a good band score. Okay, I hope that makes sense for everybody. We're actually working on a really cool video for next week to help you with this, so check that out, okay? All right, so let me just take this thesis statement here. Oh, that wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to take the thesis statement. Let's take the thesis statement. And we're going to use it. Honey, we're going to use your thesis statement. Okay. All right. Everybody clear so far? Okay. Hopefully. All right. Is everybody clear on what I just said about the fact that this isn't my way? This is standard English literature rules. Is everybody clear on that? So before you start going to your teacher and saying, well, Adrian said that, and well, John said this, and why are you telling me that this essay will present? Just say, I would like to learn standard essay writing. Can you please teach me that? Okay, don't teach me your way. Don't teach me the IELTS method. It doesn't exist. It's standard essay rules. Okay. All right. Prima says, yes, sir, we got that. Okay. All right. So good. Now we can go to the next step then. Okay. Which is the introductory paragraph. We're going to write the introduction. And that's what we're going to do here. We're just, and here, like Rajveer, as I said, Rajveer has been with us for a long time. So I'm sure that Rajveer, you have, I know you have, because I can see it in your writing, you have taken several hours to review English literature and writing rules and essay types. And I bet that a lot of what I'm telling you in these classes, you have seen again and again when you're Googling like standard persuasive essay or standard university essay structure or standard argumentative essay structure. You Google those and it will say introduction, start with a hook, continue with a background, create the context, then provide the reader with a thesis statement. If I'm wrong though, Rajveer, if you found contradictory information, let me know. Please, I want to be the first one. If I'm telling you hocus pocus, let me know. Right? By the way, I have finished first year university literature English class. That was part of my psychology studies. And I've written over 1,000 essays. So, yeah. Okay. Introductory paragraph. Keep it simple. I mean, there are, when you get really good at this and you go further down the rabbit hole, as they say, so you really research essays, you'll discover that there are some different techniques, some special techniques, but this is what you want to kind of stick to, okay? Rajveer says, yeah, it's pretty much standard. Okay, so we have a hook. And again, if your teacher says you don't need a hook, well, if you don't want a band 8 or a band 9, don't put a hook, right? I talked to a couple examiners a few months ago and they're like, yeah, no, we love to see hooks. Background and thesis. Okay, the hook is just a interesting sentence that introduces the topic, the technology here with the elderly, right? So let's start with the hook. And students, write with me. So in the chat, you can just write an H colon and then write your hook. You don't need to write hook, just H colon like this. H colon. Now don't do that on the real exam. You don't need the H colon, okay? You just write the hook. This is just for teaching, okay? So H colon and then write the hook, okay? There, I'm just going to start simple. Technology has greatly improved the quality of life for humans. Okay? So it's a persuasive essay. We're going to persuade. I'm going to give the background next. For the background, you can just do a B colon, okay? But background, definitions, and importance. Okay. So what are we talking about exactly? Why are we talking about it? That's the second part of the introduction, okay? So here we go. You can do this with me, and you can do it a different way. There. And then the thesis. Okay. And then a review. All right. I'm going to be looking for what you wrote. Meanwhile, I'm going to review what I just wrote. Okay. So hook, background, thesis. Technology has greatly improved the quality of life for humans. Sure, we're talking about technology. That's the topic. Boom. We want to catch our reader, give them an interesting fact. No mistakes. Okay. It looks really bad when your first sentence in your essay has grammatical mistakes or spelling mistakes. It looks really, really bad when it has content mistakes. Like you start talking about, having pets improves the quality of life, right? So make sure you don't have that, all right? Then the background. Nevertheless, many people over the age of 65 find it challenging to use computers, and this leads to a lower level of life enjoyment. Now, I might put in something like computers as well as other gadgets, right? But they're basically all computers. I mean, when we're thinking about new technology, a smartwatch, smartphone, a treadmill, they're all a kind of computer or a machine. We can say novel machines, right? Or novel devices as well. Any of those work. Notice how my definition for elderly, like what constitutes an elderly, right? Let's say 65. So I'm going to pin that as a specific age. It's the age of retirement. It's getting older now, but that's what I pin it down as, okay? So let's review it. Technology has greatly improved the quality of life for humans. Nevertheless, many people over the age of 65 find it challenging to use computers, and this leads to a lower level of life enjoyment. That's why it's important to talk about it. Advanced technology supports the elderly by helping with everyday health and communication, so they should be encouraged through easy learning and access. That's your Band 9 introduction. Clear, accurate, to the point, written according to the standards of English essay writing. Okay. All right, let's see what some of you have. Fuang has this for her hook. Fuang writes, the development of technology has a significant positive impact on the quality of human life. You don't need the nowadays, Huang, because you're writing it in present tense, so it's understood. Don't be wordy, okay? Always take out any unnecessary words. Fuang, that works, okay? All right. Let's take another hook. Mainul writes this for the hook. Now, again, students, if all of this is news for you, so if you're like, what? This is what a standard English essay looks like. definitely make sure to visit our websites, aehelp.com. Click the big button, the big red button, join the premium package, and go through the writing course. Same thing with the general IELTS, okay? Go through the writing course after you click that big red button that's above my head there, all right? And you will find all of this information through slides and explanations and videos, right? Like the reason I said that, I can see a lot of people saying like, what is a hook? If you've never heard that before, that kind of scares me. You shouldn't be walking into the IELTS exam without understanding what a hook is or what a thesis statement is for the writing section, okay? Templates will not work for you to get good band scores. Okay, Mainul writes for the hook, technology, let's capitalize that, has greatly improved the life for humans. Okay, that's your hook, Mainul. The rest of it here is the background. Okay. Nevertheless, senior citizens find it challenging to use computers, and this leads to a lower level of life enjoyment. Okay, so basically you're just copying what I wrote here. Mainul, of course that will work. All right, Kennel, let's see what you have. So I'm looking to give you feedback, students. I want to see what you write, okay? And this is Kennel here. All right, Kennel writes, technology holds the power to improve the life of a population of ages. I really like the beginning of that, Kennel. It's more powerful. I love these kinds of words like power to improve. Bam, 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 bam. It's good. Your word choice matters. When you're in the academic IELTS, it's, yeah, what you're saying, the words that you're using, it does matter. The end of it's a little bit weird. Let's fix it, Kennel. So technology holds the power to improve life quality. Okay? That's all I would do, Kennel. Really simple. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's a few words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words. That's brilliant. And it's strong. It really catches the reader. When I read this sentence, I want to read this essay. Okay? For Band 8, Band 9 on the IELTS, the examiner has to feel that. The examiner has to feel, yeah, okay, I want to read this essay. So technology holds the power to improve life quality. From infants to 65, new and improved methods. Off topic, Kennel. Too broad. Okay. Focus on the elderly here for the background. Okay, so a little bit too broad. So very nice first few words there, Kennel. Keep up that level all the way through. Okay. Rajveer, let's see what you have. I'm always fascinated by Rajveer's writing skills. So let's see what Rajveer has put up for us as a good example of the hook in the background. All right, here we go. Technology assists individuals in all walks of life. However, some scholars argue that senior citizens face numerous challenges in using the advanced tech gadgets and software, resulting in dissuading them to use modern tech. Okay, not bad. Really nice vocabulary, Rajveer. A little bit on the confusing side, so it's good to test your vocabulary in these live classes, but in the real exam, make sure to only use vocabulary that you are sure, that you are 100% sure is accurate, okay, and used well. So I like the hook. Technology assists individuals in all walks of life. All walks of life, or every facet of life, is great, and that is already reflecting the elderly, right? So even in, it's kind of hidden in that expression, even in the elderly population. So, however, some scholars argue, we don't really need that, Rajveer, because I think most of us have experienced this situation where elderly people don't really like to become very skillful with technology, so they kind of avoid it. By the way, students, somebody who is afraid of technology, what is that called? Just for fun, what's the vocabulary? A person who is scared of technology. Anybody know? Don't Google it. Give somebody the chance. Maybe somebody knows it without Googling. So what? Here, a person scared of using or scared of technology. My dad used to be this way. Now he's the opposite. He's like WhatsApping me at least a couple times a day, which is awesome. Yeah, that's right, Rajveer. It's called a technophobe. Phobe means fear, right? So it's a technophobe. And of course, a person who loves technology, as you may guess, it's called a technophile. Technophile, right? So a person scared of technology, a technophobe. A person that loves technology, a technophile. Yeah, some nice vocabulary there for you. All right, here we go. So Rajveer, technology assists individuals in all walks of life. However, some senior citizens face numerous challenges in using advanced gadgets and software. We don't need the software part here, Rajveer, because we understand that the gadgets have the software. The gadgets are for the software, right? So we don't need to over detail. It's a tricky part of writing, figuring out how much detail is needed and how much detail is too much, right? So using advanced gadgets resulting in, let's do this, Rajveer, technophobia. Ooh, your examiner will love that. Okay. And then throw the thesis. Plus thesis, right? Okay, good. So now that we have the introductory paragraph, we go on to the body paragraph, everyone. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Here we go. So just to get my body paragraph 1. Now, obviously, body paragraph 1 is going to emphasize you're welcome, Rajveer. It's great to have you in these classes. So body paragraph 1 is going to talk about everyday health and communication. That's point 1. Okay. So let's get into it. Body paragraphs, they're, again, standard essay. This isn't Adrian telling you to do this. This is English literature telling you to do this, okay? Body paragraph 1 starts with a topic sentence. And then what you hear your teachers often saying is supporting point 1, supporting point 2, supporting point 3. How do I stop that? Okay, well, let's just remove formatting. That should work. Okay. So I actually went into superscript mode, or yeah, subscript mode. Okay, so topic sentence, and then what many of your teachers will say is supporting point 1, supporting point 2. Instead of thinking about supporting point, think about explanation. So your first supporting point is an explanation, and your second one is an example. Okay. So yeah. And then a connecting sentence. Sure, for your body paragraph 1. Okay. All right, let's do it. So Arif says pizza, slice of pizza. All right. Okay. So body paragraph 1, topic sentence, everyday health and communication. Okay, certainly. Many modern devices can help the geriatric population to stay in touch with loved ones and to do daily exercise. Okay. All right. Now, explanation, right? So, keeping up with family and friends, as well as routine physical movement, maintains the mental and physical health of elderly and a lot of technology has emerged for these behaviors. Okay, sure. Now, I'm going to read this and just avoid repetition. If I find words that kind of repeat themselves between the topic, sentence, and the explanation, I want to paraphrase those or use different words. Okay? So certainly many modern devices can help the geriatric is also elderly population, to stay in touch with loved ones and to do daily exercise. Keeping up with family and friends, as well as routine physical movement, maintains the mental and physical health. Routine movement, I'm going to take out physical here so it doesn't repeat and it's not necessary. Maintains the mental and physical health of elderly, and a lot of technology has emerged to promote these behaviors. Okay. And then the example. So wearing an Apple Watch can not only enable a grandparent to communicate with children and grandchildren, via apps like WhatsApp and Messenger, but can also show heart rate and step count to promote daily strolls. Okay. Jeez, there we go. All right, there's that Apple Watch. Okay. So that's my specific example. Now, the connecting sentence. Without a doubt, it is in the interest of the younger family members to promote the use of technology by their elders. Right? So there we go. There's a million ways that you can create this body paragraph. What's important is that you have the structure: topic, sentence, explanation, example, connecting sentence. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then review it. Now I'm looking for these elements in the chat as well. So Helen, I'm looking at what you're writing, and I will take a closer look in just a moment, okay? So topic sentence, certainly many modern devices can help the geriatric population to stay in touch with loved ones and to do daily exercise. Keeping up with family and friends, as well as routine movement, maintains the mental and physical health of elderly, and a lot of technology has emerged to promote these behaviors. Wearing an Apple Watch can not only, and let's fix that, not an actual apple, so don't glue an apple to your wrist, that won't work. It's the name of the watch, right? So it's an Apple Watch, capitalize the A, capitalize the W. If you leave that as a small a, it means that you're actually wearing a watch that's an apple. It would probably be a watch that looks something like this. It's an Apple Watch. There, that's an Apple Watch, right? There you go. There's an Apple Watch for you. No, the technology I'm talking about, the actual Apple Watch, not an Apple Watch. Okay, so wearing an Apple Watch can not only enable a grandparent, so notice how I'm continuously paraphrasing elderly, a grandparent, to communicate with children and grandchildren via apps like WhatsApp and Messenger, but can also show heart rate and step count to promote daily strolls. Now, we can be even more specific, right? We can be even more specific. So we can write that as the explanation and then write the example as, indeed, a modern study has shown where elderly are using Apple Watches have lower blood pressure and smile more often. So it could be something like that as well, okay? All right, like I said, million ways to do it, okay? All right, and we can always revise and review and make it better. Helen, let's see what you have. So this is Helen's body paragraph introduction here. Let's check it out. Helen writes, retirees, two E's. It's a different word, careful. Retirees. When you have the retirees, it's an EES. Retirees, not people, because retirees are already people. Retirees have gained a lot of goodies from the development of technology. It's on the other hand, they have big challenges using it, for instance, operating phone software. We're not writing about the challenges. So in this case, Helen, the question doesn't actually ask you to talk about the challenges. It just says that they have challenges. If you look at the original task 2 question, it only asks you about the positive benefits of technology and ways that they can be encouraged to use it. It doesn't actually ask you what their challenges are. So you have to focus on the benefits and you have to focus on ways to encourage them to use it. It's tricky, right? Careful. All right, Andrew has this piece of information for us. Nice, lots of writing. It's great to see. Andrew writes, a lot of modern, instead of a lot of, just write many, be concise. Many modern devices are designed to tackle manual everyday tasks. Okay, we don't need the manual. Everyday tasks, which are becoming increasingly difficult as the years go by. Andrew, it's pretty writing, but it's not concise writing. In the academic IELTS, you want concise more than pretty, okay? So many modern devices are designed to tackle everyday tasks, which become increasingly difficult with age. Okay, it is common knowledge that old age is plagued with issues. Yeah, so again, if it's common knowledge, don't write it. Okay. Do not write it. Instead, focus on the solution. So focus on the controlling idea. The benefits of technology. So it's kind of the same mistake as with Helen. Okay, be very careful, students, because especially when you have good English, if you're going off topic, that's going to cost you the most marks. Black Panther, Apple Watch, yes, indeed. That's good. Okay. Very nice. So here we go. That's body paragraph 1. Let's get into body paragraph 2. Body paragraph 2. Same structure. Okay, same structure as body paragraph 1, but we don't need the connecting sentence because you don't need to connect to the conclusion. It doesn't make sense. The conclusion is like the glue that kind of sticks all of it together. So when you think about an essay, it's kind of like a sandwich. I've never said it this way, but it's so true. A good essay is kind of like a sandwich with a bread on top and a bread on the bottom. The bread on top is the introduction. It's like, hey, you're going to have a sandwich. Okay. The middle, those are all your body paragraphs, whether you have cheese or lettuce or whatever you have on there, mayo. Those are the body paragraphs. Those are each the unique different points. Okay. And then you have the conclusion. And the conclusion is the other slice of bread. Now, what's interesting, though, with this sandwich is that the conclusion is not the same slice of bread as the top layer. So if you're using just white bread for the top layer, maybe the bottom layer will be sourdough. It's still bread, but it's not the same bread. I've never tried that with a sandwich before, but it might work. Okay. Black Panther, you are my emoji assistant. Black Panther says sandwich. Okay. And Hanny says, band 9, it is easy and so delicious. It is. Okay. So here we go. Body paragraph 2. Let's get into it. Now, body paragraph 2, I know exactly what I'm going to write because it's in my conclusion. They should be encouraged through easy learning and easy access. Okay. That's my point 2. So body 2, right? All right, what is easy learning and what is easy access? What does that mean? So that's what my body paragraph 2 topic sentence should define further. Okay, so in order to help retirees befriend technology, they need to be provided with lessons that are simple and designed for individuals over 60. Okay. Now the second point there was easy and easy access. Also, they should be given discounts and delivery for purchasing devices. Okay, so that's, I'm using 2 sentences here for my topic sentence, but it makes sense. Here we go. In order to help retirees befriend technology, they need to be, it's why I'm missing the be here for the passive. By who? By anybody, right? So in order to help retirees befriend technology, comma, grammar and such aren't always perfect when they correct. Be careful. In order to help retirees befriend technology, they need to be provided with lessons that are simple and designed for individuals over 60. Also, they should be given discounts and delivery for purchasing new devices. And then explanations. This means that terms, let's make it even simpler, right? So this is where we start to really think, right? Like, how would I design a lesson to help an elderly person learn technology? This means using extra large letters to make visibility clear, and layman terms. Layman terms. Layman terms means easy vocabulary, so easy terms. And layman terms for explanations. Like font 16 and communication app. So instead of saying WhatsApp, you say it's a communication app. Instead of app, communication tool, right? There. Okay. Maybe that will be my next job, designing courses for the elderly. That would be fun. I would be encouraged to do that. Okay, so in order to help retirees befriend technology, they need to be provided with lessons that are simple and designed for individuals over 60. Also, they should be given discounts and delivery for purchasing new devices. This means using extra large letters to make visibility clear and layman terms for explanations like font 16 and communication tool. Okay. And you can even write instead of font 10 and IG, right? Instagram. A lot of people just say IG, okay? Because I think that makes it clear, my explanation, so I'm going to add that in, right? Okay, for instance, when with a senior citizen's card, a citizen or a person, an elderly, can order an Apple Watch with a 10% discount, have it delivered to their door, and preset with large letters. And you can say, and even includes a free tutorial. Okay, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it is the IELTS, so I could keep going here. A free tutorial with a trained expert over the phone. But I'm not going to do that. Okay. So let me review this paragraph, and notice how I'm staying with the Apple Watch here. The Apple Watch, it's on purpose. It's because it's helping me to connect the two paragraphs. So the best way to have cohesion in your essay is to connect with ideas, not with words. So if you're thinking that, I'm going to use like furthermore and in addition and on the one hand, on the other hand, that's great. Sure, you can use those words, just don't use them without purpose. And keep in mind that the best way to connect information or connect your body paragraphs is with content, with information. So I'm using Apple Watch in my first body paragraph. I'm using Apple Watch in my second body paragraph as well. Okay. All right. Okay, so here we go. In order to help retirees befriend technology, they need to be provided with lessons that are simple and designed for individuals over 60. Although also they should be given discounts and delivery for purchasing new devices. This means using extra large letters to make visibility clear and layman terms for explanations like font 16 and communication tool instead of font 10 and IG. For instance, with a senior citizen's card, An elderly can order an Apple Watch with a 10% discount, have it delivered to their door, and preset with large letters. As well, the purchase should include a free phone tutorial. Okay, there. And now we've given a deep explanation for that. All we have left is the conclusion. Okay. Students, keep writing because I will be checking your writing as soon as I get through the conclusion. Okay. All right. Black Panther says there are different kinds of Apple Watches. We now have a green Apple Watch here in play. Yes. Okay. Indeed. Rajveer says to encourage people over 65 to use tech, they must be provided with proper training and specialized lessons so that they can find it easy to understand terminology and function. So Rajveer, I would go with a deeper definition there at the end of that, okay? Tien, preset means that they put it in before they deliver it. And I think it should have a hyphen there. I don't know why spell check. It should be like that, preset, okay? Preset, it means preloaded, like it comes with these tools, okay? All right, the conclusion is going to be the points rephrased, argument strengthened, and take-home message. Okay, so here's the first part, the point restated, points restated, okay? So here we want to use some good paraphrasing, and it's kind of like the introduction turned upside down, but not quite. So it's kind of like we're starting with the thesis here. Okay. So I'm going to reverse even the thesis. So I'm going to invert the points. I'm going to start with the body paragraph, 2 points. So through education and provision, seniors can be motivated effectively to use technology. And this will, or this certainly, improves their overall quality of health and connectivity or community. Okay, so this is like my thesis statement inverted. Through education and provision, seniors can be motivated effectively to use technology, and this can certainly improve their overall quality of health and community. It is therefore critical, vital, that these points be considered when thinking about our elders, so that they too can reap the rewards of the information age. It is up to society and individuals to make sure that older people are technophiles instead of technophobes. Okay, to use those two new words again that we introduced earlier. All right, so points restated. Through education and provision, seniors, provision means to provide, to give access. It's the noun form. So through education and provision, seniors can be motivated effectively to use technology, and this certainly improves their overall quality of health and community. Argument strengthened. It is therefore vital. Vital means important for life. So we use that word very accurately here, vital. Okay? That these points be considered when thinking about our elders. Now notice how I haven't used our, us, we in the essay. I only use it here very purposefully because I'm talking about our grandparents, our uncles, our aunts who are in this age group. Okay? So be very careful when and how you use these words like our. When thinking about our elders so that they too can reap the rewards. Reap the rewards means get the benefits of the information age. That's the age that we live in right now, right? The information technology age. And then here is my take-home message. It is up to society and individuals to make sure that older people are technophiles instead of technophobes. We can clearly get that from this essay because creating lessons, tutorials, discounts, access, that is going to require not just an individual person, but it's going to require groups of people to do this, as society does. Okay. So there's the essay. Let's check how many words. So roughly 330 words without all of the instructions. Okay, so this is 330 words. And it's a band 9. All right, and you can review that later with the video. Okay, hopefully some of you are writing. Chayani, for topic sentence 2. Chayani writes, for the sake to assist retirees, for the sake of assisting. Retirees, smart technology, with smart technology. They need to give a concise guide. Who are they? Okay, Chayani, that's called a dangling pronoun. Dangling means it's just hanging there. It's like, because we don't know who they are. They need to. Who needs to? Society needs to. Educators. Okay, so, or the technology producers, manufacturers. Need to give a concise guide and made for a person over 60 years old. Need to give a concise guide designed for over 60. We don't need the years old. Over 60. Like that. Now it's good. Okay. All right. So review and correct. Students, review and correct. Keep up the good writing. I don't see a lot more in the chat, but make sure to keep writing, students. Lots of writing practice. I know I was speeding up during the end of the class there, and you were really focusing on what I was saying, which is great. By the way, students, you can use the writing services even with a free account at aehelp.com. So even if you don't have a paid account, but you have a free account and you want to get some writing services done, then at aehelp.com or glshelp.com, you can do that. I'll show you where you can do that. So if you're on the website, glshelp or aehelp, you log into your My Student account. And in your My Student account, you have this writing task 1, task 2. Let me see if that shows up on your screen. And you can click on that. And then you can copy paste your writing into the editor or into the word processor, I should say. And then you click submit. And within 48 hours, you'll have that corrected. Okay? So There you go. That's on the website. 6 cents a word US. I know that's expensive in some countries, but we have to pay native English speaking professionals. So that's why it costs that much. Okay, students, so check out aehelp.com for academic IELTS and check out gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Both of these websites have so much there to help you improve and become good at English, good at communicating. So click on those big red buttons. Students, I'm back tomorrow with more speaking part 2, speaking part 3. That will be at the same time. Subscribe to the channel. Join me for tips and strategies for the speaking section. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, members. This was a subscribers chat class. I hope you took away a lot of good information from the class. I wish you an awesome rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow for the last day of 2022. I'm Adrian. I'm signing out from beautiful Victoria here on the west coast of Canada. Thank you, Sarah, for moderating. You've done lots of fantastic work in the chat. We'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.